This is Home Talk with home improvement expert Michael King on the USA Home Improvement Show Network. If you have a question or a comment concerning home improvement, new construction, renovations, or home repairs, Michael King will get you the answers. And now, back to Home Talk with the guru himself, Michael King.
Welcome back to the only show dedicated to you, the American consumer. The Brickman is back right here. Hey, Brickman, tell us about yourself and the Masonry Cosmetics, though.
Well, Michael, appreciate that. It's great to be back. Rick Connor and I both own and operate Masonry Cosmetics. It's a full-service stain company, but we also sell the DIY kits throughout the country and really recently have opened that up to the world. Think about if someone wants to change the color of brick for a better-looking repair maybe, or a better match on an addition, or they just wanted to do a makeover, which many are doing now, on some of that outdated-looking brick home, that's on their home, then we really have the right product for them. It's not a paint or paint-like stain, but it would be a proprietary proven, it's ceramic in nature, it's a masonry stain is what it is. There's really nothing quite like what we have on the market today. We did absorption, so if someone throws water, a bottle or a glass of water on a wall, it doesn't take a lot. And the brick or mortar darkens as it gets wet. The darker the better, of course. Then we really have the right process for you. As the darker it gets, the more severe color change that we can make because we're kind of translucent in nature, and I'll talk a lot more about that. But, we use a lot of color theory, not just, coat it like some of the paints do. Our process can never hurt or compromise a brick it's applied to. Simply, it does not create a layer like a paint does. So we've talked a lot about that over the past, but for the new listeners, it'll never peel, crack, it'll never blister, it'll never flake. It'll never compromise. It just can't compromise or hurt the brick. It doesn't take a maintenance-free brick and make it a maintenance one. That is the greatest advantage that I can share with you, but it's also the reason why we need absorption.
Wow, very well said. Now, Brickman, isn't most brick absorptive, though? For example, that brick needs absorption for the mortar to bond with the when it creating a masonry wall. Am I correct?
Oh, you are. Absolutely, Michael, it is. And most brick are for that very reason that you point out, but not all. Like, for an example, glazed brick. It's not stainable. There's just no absorption on the surface. But the sides are cut when they make it and size the brick, so that size of the glazed brick is more what we call the bed size. It's not glazed. And because it's cut on both sides, it's given those sides a wire-cut texture that easily bonds with the mortar. Another example would be, some of the fine-grind, hard-fired brick, meaning, they're fired at a very high temperature above 2,000 degrees. Most brick may be in the mid-1800 range, right? But especially when those hard-fired brick are smooth, textured, iron spot kind of brick that's been out there years ago, very low surface absorption. And again, though, the sides of the beds of the brick are cut, just like that glazed brick, so they could easily bond with the mortar. But that's a great point. It really is.
And, yeah. Now, so what exactly is your proprietary proven masonry stain? Let me ask this. I'm going ahead of myself. I got so many questions I need to ask you, but you always say stain. I want to get back to that. You always say stain. Every time I talk to you, I like to call it a dye because when I watch you apply this product, you remember when you came and did our television show. As a matter of fact, you're going to be back here in the future doing another segment. Matter of fact, you did a segment. It's airing now, and we're going to get you back to do another one probably. But acts more like a dye to me. I mean, which is it, though? Dye, stain? I know it ain't a paint. I want to make that clear now. It ain't paint, okay?
You really do well with it. It is both. Sometimes the word stain does have a bad or unfavorable tendency, right? Because if you think about, I got a bad food stain on my shirt, so it comes across a little negative at times. And I, however, do like that you call it a dye. It is very appropriate. The word stain really was used to try to separate our product about 26 years ago when we formed Masonry Cosmetics to get us away from the paint products that it's not a paint. Not saying paint's horrible. There's opportunities that I would recommend paint, but not for exterior brick. I sure wouldn't. But it's simply not even close, the two products. So some of our competitors, Michael, as we've talked, get away with watering down paint and calling it a stain to the point that they tell people that they're just like us, which is simply not true. I'm not saying they're horrible, but even the paint industry doesn't recommend for you to water down the paint, right? You've seen that before. So
that's right, yeah.
It doesn't make sense to help that product along. It's not really helping that product. It really is not.
Very well said. But, again, my question is, so what exactly is your proprietary proven masonry stain or dye that I call it so often, the dye?
It is really a translucent type of product. It's a ceramic slurry, but not a thick slurry as can be referenced in the older brick making days that creates a layer. Being translucent in nature.
Don, hold on that thought right there, my friend. I didn't watch the clock again. Hold on, I'm going to re-ask the question. We've got to take a short break. Time is flying here. We're talking to the brickman himself. We're talking about masonry stain, masonry cosmetics. We're talking about their proven masonry, brick, pavement, mortar, dye system. Basically a do-it-yourself system that you can do it yourself and change the color of your brick without destroying the integrity of the brick. This is HomeTalk USA. I'm the Cajun contractor Michael King. Always support your local independent hardware stores and garden centers. And let's pledge to hire a vet today. I'm the Cajun man. Y'all come back now. You hear? Yay!
Attention all HomeTalk USA radio listeners. Are you an organic gardener? Finally, there's a fast-working and effective all-organic insect control available from Bonide. Bonide's Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew is the answer to all your garden insect problems. Captain Jack's works two ways, on contact or when the insect feeds. This will ensure that your insect problems are over. Captain Jack's controls all types of insects, including caterpillars, beetles, spider mites, borers, and more. Use it on vegetables, flowers, berries, trees, shrubs, and fruit. Captain Jack's all-organic insect control is available in easy-to-use dust, liquid concentrate, ready-to-use and ready-to-spray containers with built-in spray applicator. Pick up some Bonide's Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew today at your local neighborhood garden center, hardware, or feed stores. Or just visit Bonide.com. That's Bonide.com to locate a retailer near you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, veterinarian and naturopathic physician. The Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy with an important message. Take charge of your health. Do not continue to blindly follow the system that has failed us all. I appreciate GCN listeners because you're open-minded and intelligent. If our system is so great, why is it that the United States, the USA, ranks nearly 60th worldwide in longevity and number one in obesity? All the while we spend more money than all the other countries combined annually on unnecessary health care procedures and toxic drugs. It doesn't take much to get on track. Not with the government or pharmaceutical companies, but rather you in control of your own health with a basic understanding of nutrition and supplementation. FDI Longevity has the finest quality health, sports, and energy supplements available. GCN listeners are invited to join our team of people who want to stay healthy well into old age. We are currently looking for specialists to represent FDI Longevity and Save America. To buy products at wholesale prices or join our business team, go to GCNteam.com. That's GCNteam.com. Support GCN. Get healthy.
Frustrated trying to get business capital? Want to take the slow process and rejection out of the equation? GCNloans.com removes the slow, irritating approval process. Instead, get quick, simple funding. Powered by David Allen Capital, 80% of our pre-qualified clients are approved in days. Pre-qualify at GCNloans.com and get your money this week. It's that easy. GCNloans.com. That's GCNloans.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, the Mineral Doctor. You've heard me talk about 90 for Life for years. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 fatty acids. You may not know this, that I've actually designed Arthrodex for animals. That's right. Your pets need 90 for Life, too. Get this essential pet product by calling 877-279-9422. That's 877-279-9422. Again, 877-279-9422.
The Home Improvement Broadcasting Network wants to congratulate this year's recipient of the National Radio Media Association Radio Talk Show Host of the Year, our very own, the host of HomeTalk USA, the Cajun Contractor, Michael King. Welcome back to Home Talk USA with home improvement expert, the Cajun Contractor, Michael King, on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network. If you have a question or comment concerning home improvement repairs, new construction, or renovations, the Cajun Contractor will get you the answers. And now, back to Home Talk USA with the Cajun Contractor, Michael King.
Yay! Welcome back to the only home improvement show dedicated to you, the American consumer. We're talking to the Brickman himself, Mr. Don Foster, with Masonry Cosmetics, right here on Home Talk USA. And now, Brickman, before the break, though, I had asked you about your proprietary proven masonry stain or dye that I often call. What exactly it is again?
So think of it as, a more of a slurry, but it's not so much a thick, heavy slurry like the old brick making days, what they do. We're going to be pretty thin and translucent in nature. So think about being translucent in nature. Use the word dye a lot. It's almost like a more of a translucent dye, not watered down, but it's more not as thick, as far as that goes. So we have to use color theory most of the time. It's one of our great advantages. It really is. But it's unique, and nothing out there in the marketplace is quite like it. Everything else out there, they'll talk about semi-translucent, Michael. They'll talk about opaque. Unless you get in the sealers, sometimes sealers, they'll say they call those translucent, but we're not that either. Sealers are a whole nother product altogether, where, sealers in itself, they seal the brick, we don't. If you think about a stained, or what I like a color-enhanced brick, with our process, we'll breathe and it gets wet naturally, just like an unstained brick right next to it. None of the other products can make that claim. We're significantly different and unique just for that reason alone, even though there's many. So if our products applied the right way, Michael, and in the right conditions to that absorbent brick or masonry, it could be mortar, it could be block, it could be manufactured stone, we have that product that will not only outlast every other product out there, but it'll last that test of time. And that's what we have, that proof of that 300 case studies to prove that. And at the end of this year, we're going to actually show over 400 case studies to prove just that, because we're going to introduce more mortar, we're going to use more block, other types of products that we've applied our product to over the years.
Now, Brickman, So let's get into more why you have created this proprietary proven masonry stain dye, and move, I guess, in more detail, how is it better served, though?
Well, it's great for the DIY market, for the masons, the contractors, anybody that has any repairs, the homeowners, anybody that does repairs, whether it could be from a car impact, which happens as more often than I could ever imagine, but let's say they're moving or changing some doors or windows, or just repairs that happen maintaining a building, right? So many times, the brick are needed for that repair are discontinued, and they don't think about it. So if they find an absorption brick that is close in size and texture, they can get as close as they can in color, but make sure they tell the mason who is doing the work to tooth in the brick, lay the brick in the same pattern. That's important. Mortar also needs to be matched. Get as close as they can as possible. Do the same type of joint that they're matching. And then if they want to get closer, they can hire us or purchase one of our DIY kits, and they can get a really good match.
Yeah, you're right. And but so additions would fall under the same plan, but how about makeovers, though? I mean, they are different than repairs, Brickman, or additions. I mean, how do you go about those, though?
That's really good. The homeowners wanted to change the look of their brick home because it is outdated looking. I mean, brick lasts, and painting them would compromise them, but staining them with our process would not. So with our process, the brick would still be maintenance-free. So they still start off with a water test to make sure their brick's a good candidate for our process, and if it does, it gets dark and wet, then we know we can change it. Then they could think about what color they want to start with or the color they would like to go to. Not using paint swatches, though. It's never a good choice to use those, other than if it's a concept of color that I really like the buff or I like a different kind of color, I want to go to the browns or whatever. They could look at other brick homes, not necessarily to duplicate, but to see if they want a range of grays or colors. Is it a blend? Do they want some to go into a bunch of a white, color or more of a solid color? Do they want some range in it, some pinks, but they want some dark flash brick look that they wanted? They could actually look at other homes. But the cool thing about this is this would be unique to them. This would be very unique to whatever they want or what they're thinking. So, it's not going to be, it doesn't necessarily have to have other houses that even look like it, really. But we have a website that's colormybrick.com. They can go to see some examples of what other people have done over the years. And we try to update that time to time to add more stuff to it. But it's just a tickler to give somebody some ideas.
Wow. Now, anything new going on in Masonry Cosmetics, though? Wait, hold on that thought right there. There's a clock right there. I'm starting to develop a bad habit. I don't look at my clock. I get just so excited. And when you're a national show, hey, when that computer goes off in 60 seconds, hey, it goes black quick. Today we're talking to Don the Brickman Foster. He's going to be back with us, giving us I have some more questions for him, and he's going to be giving us some contact information. So stay tuned right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network. Don't forget, I am streaming live on the World Wide Web at HomeTalkUSA.com. Always support your local independent hardware stores and garden centers, and let's pledge the hire of that today. I'm the Cage Man. Y'all come back now. You hear? Yay!
Are you looking for an organic weed control that's people and pet friendly? Are you tired of pulling those persistent unwanted grass and weeds which continue to grow through the cracks in your sidewalk and patio, or even in your favorite flower and shrubbery beds? Bonide has the answer with all organic Burnout Weed and Grass Killer. Burnout Weed and Grass Killer is a fast-acting, all-organic formula. You'll start to see results within 24 hours after application. Burnout is great for eliminating weeds growing in your patio and sidewalk cracks. It can be used for preparing flower beds and vegetable gardens for planting. Burnout can be used just about any place where you need to get rid of grass and weeds. Bonide products are family made in America. All organic Burnout Weed and Grass Killer is available at your neighborhood farm feed store, hardware store, or garden center, or Bonide.com. That's Bonide.com to locate a retailer near you.
Do the letters IRS give you anxiety? I'm Dan Pilla. I've defended people from the IRS for more than 40 years. My book, How to Get Tax Amnesty, created the tax resolution industry and is responsible for helping hundreds of thousands of people. It can help you too. If you're a non-filer or facing IRS enforcement right now, your case is unique. You need real help, not cookie-cutter advice. My clients get my personal attention. Buy my book at danpilla.com and get a free consultation directly with me. That's danpilla.com. Let's start solving your tax problem right now.
Would you like to get back that full head of hair from years past? Introducing Reveal from GCNLife.com. Beverly Hills dermatologist Dr. Nathan Newman invented Reveal, which contains polypeptides with natural botanicals and no parabens, sulfates, silicones, or dyes for a salon-quality hair growth product. Reveal. Here's Dr. Newman.
I've treated a lot of patients who lose their hair and they lose their confidence. We've created a unique set of polypeptides, which we call HPT6. The HPT6 contains the polypeptides from 6 different plants. The scalp infusion treatment should be used on wet or dry scalp. The Reveal hair care system is designed to be used for men and women alike.
Get Reveal at GCNLife.com with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So try Reveal today at GCNLife.com or 844-443-6637. Plus a discount up to 25% off for Reveal at GCNLife.com or 844-443-6637. Do you feel like many of us? All the distractions in the world taking our minds and focus off what really needs to get done day to day? Well, Janess has a dietary supplement called Mind to help with mental distraction, and it supports memory function. Go to GCNlife.com now to check it out. You're only at your best when your mind is at its best. Go to GCNlife.com or call toll-free 844-443-6637. That's GCNlife.com or 844-443-6637.
The Home Improvement Broadcasting Network wants to congratulate this year's recipient of the National Radio Media Association Radio Talk Show Host of the Year, our very own, the host of Home Talk USA, the Cajun Contractor, Michael King. Welcome back to Home Talk USA with home improvement expert, the Cajun Contractor, Michael King, on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network. If you have a question or comment concerning home improvement repairs, new construction, or renovations, the Cajun Contractor will get you the answers. And now, back to Home Talk USA with the Cajun Contractor, Michael King.
Welcome back to the only home improvement show dedicated to you, the American consumer. We're talking to Don the Brickman Foster. He's our guest today. We're learning about their masonry, cosmetics, brick dyeing system, their brick staining system. A do-it-yourself product. You can actually dye your own bricks. And you notice I said that big word, Don? We're not painting your bricks. Why you shouldn't paint your bricks, Don? Give us a good reason.
You compromise it. You hurt and compromise the brick by doing it, and there's no need to ever do that. And brick were never tended to be painted like you paint wood, you paint metal. It's important to do that to keep it from rotting or rusting, but you never want to paint brick and change it from what it is to be a brick that is maintenance-free. Once you do that, it changes that brick what it is. It does.
Wow. Now, you started to say anything. Well, I asked you a question, and we got cut off again. I had to pay some bills here for some of our great sponsors. But anything new going on at Masonry Cosmetics, though? Give us an update.
Yeah, we started with 2 men in a truck and working out of a garage, and we've grown into a full-service company that travels the nation and sometimes other countries. But, we are actually going to break into 4 standalone companies. We're going to have a service that's going to stand alone by itself, but then we're also going to, the pavers, it's going to open up its own division and building, and we're also going to keep the DIY kits going, but they're going to be a standalone company, and they're opening up to a world market. And then we also have the school and training center that's going to be headed up by Sean Hoffman, and we're going to turn that into its own company, its own business. It's got enough to bring in now to be standalone, have its own building, and do all the things that it needs to do. And never thought that was going to happen, and really proud that to be a part of all that with Rick to make that happen. It's been a long way, but right now we're hiring, Michael, and lining up the teams for each of those companies as we speak.
Wow, very well said. Now, how can people reach you, though, Brickman?
They could just find me at, colormybrick.com, that website we mentioned earlier, or they can go on to, if they're thinking about concrete pavers, restoredpavercolor.com, but mainly masorycosmetics.com, masorycosmetics.com. They could find us that way, too.
Wow. Give it to us one more time.
masorycosmetics.com.
All right, my friend, it's always great to have you again, and I'm looking forward to talking to you next month and give us an update of what's happening. And, hey, we're expanding the reach here, and we're expanding you guys, and I'm so excited that you're branching off into other avenues, but all related to the same product, and that's what I love about it. Don, give us that website one more time.
MasonryCosmetics.com, and Michael, thank you for all that you do, really.
You got it, my friend. That was Don Foster with Masonry Cosmetics. All right, that about does it for another hour in the can of the very best in home improvement information education. I am the Cajun Man from the Bayou Land. Y'all come back now, you hear? Yay!